We've all been in conversation and our mind goes blank.
You drink coffee, man, or no?
Nah.
Really?
Yeah.
So today you'll learn exactly what to do when you run out of things to say. First, if you suddenly run out of things to say, then early on, decide the tone of conversation. Your tone can be fun, where you go first and crack a joke.
So you have 4 releases this year.
That's it?
Or it can be relaxed, playful, or connection focused. Whatever tone you decide to set, one thing you'll find helpful is to prioritize personal comfort. We don't often realize this, but physical discomfort leads to mental discomfort. If you've spent hours in traffic to reach somewhere, or if you have the sun in your eyes as you're sitting, take time to make yourself comfortable as you sit. That will go a long way in helping you manage your nervousness in conversation. The good news is, in the early stages of conversation, you are guaranteed to be asked the same predictable questions. One of those is this.
And how did you guys meet and where are you from?
And the other one is, what do you do? These are questions that people ask in conversation to get to know you. I talk about how to handle these in detail in my newsletter, which is linked below. But for now, there are 3 steps to answer this question. What, where, and why. When people get asked what do you do, most people will say something like, I do X role at Y company. But just one sentence after that talking about why you do what you do will make sure that you bring up your values in conversation and connect with the right people. I'll talk about how to connect with the right people at the end, but for now the next step is handling close-ended questions. Here, watch as the interviewer gives him basically nothing to work with.
And the most fun star, I believe.
That's a tough question to answer because there's really not much to talk about, which is why when that happens to you, respond with what the question makes you think of.
Yeah, I enjoy doing all funny stuff and doing things which people enjoy. I love entertaining people, and that's what. Actually, even I didn't know I could do that till I realized it by some of my leading directors made me realize to do comedy and entertain people, and also I started doing it. It was great.
The simplest way to do that is to talk about how their statement made you feel. Watch an example of that here as he's talking about his first day on set.
Because I was a little bit nervous because I had to face the camera for the first time. And Raj Sippi was my director.
If you're quiet or more introverted, you'll find that when you do this, you get interrupted in conversation as you're speaking.
Central American countries, I am fascinated with history here.
How far are you from achieving wo goal?
Interruptions aren't always bad, they're common in conversation. But when you have something important to say, the simplest way to handle those interruptions is to continue speaking.
Why are you doing this? I mean, isn't it stupid?
Right.
And that's
And
the
you're
last
not-
thing.
you're
That's
not-
the last thing you want to hear at the moment.
Correct.
Once you just finish it off and come back and tell.
Another way to show that you're not done speaking is to use your hands.
देखा था वो भी उस वक्त देखा था when we were thinking of making the film. फिर उसके बाद मैंने कभी नहीं देखा. उसके बाद I didn't want to remember it. I just wanted to go.
So what did you think
And that is what I liked about Sudha. She allowed me to enact the scene.
Right.
Because when you use your hands like that, it becomes clear to everyone that you're not done speaking, even if you pause. Here's what using your hands looks like. For context, he's talking about his stunts.
If a chopper is here, a lot of time there have been accidents. They keep the airbag down and they think, this is the center of.
You land there.
But actually,
you
there's so
don't.
much of pressure.
But what if you find yourself in the opposite situation, where in a group you don't know when to start speaking? The simplest way to start is to relate to what the other person was saying and then continue speaking. Watch here as Akshay affirms what Varun Dhawan was saying and then continue speaking.
On TV also, he was pushing the boundary
That's
back
the best
then.
thing. That's like how you said, when you saw it and you said, "Arey, ye kaun hai?" That's the best. My memory with him is I did one film with him.
But taking over conversation like that can be annoying if that's all you do, which is why you need to balance speaking with intent listening. Look at his body language here.
Was in a team, so there's no limitation. If you yourself are your own, like hatiyar,
Right.
weapon.
He's making eye contact, his body is turned towards Irfan Khan, and he's completely still. This isn't a tactic you can copy, that is just what active listening looks like on the outside. Listening can also mean asking for somebody's opinions or advice.
So it has become a chaotic thing. What do you think about it?
In fact, when conversation leads to an awkward silence, asking for somebody's opinion on something is one of the best ways to revive conversation. Here's another example of a revival question. Watch here as the conversation had died down, but then the question revived it again.
Choosing good roles. I think that is relevancy more than anything else.
Yeah. Agreed.
So what are you looking forward to now?
Now, when I talked about attracting the right people, it all comes down to one thing: polarizing. Polarizing means honestly expressing your thoughts, feelings, and aspirations. That immediately tells people who you are and what you believe. We all have a tendency to play it safe and be liked by everyone. I've tried that and it just makes you forgettable. Instead, in conversation, bring up what is true for you, even if it's not popular.
To be honest, when I started my career, I came in this industry. I didn't even know that I'm going to come in this industry. I came to earn money. No, I looked at it as a job.
Right.
When I came in the industry, I looked at it as a place where I can go and earn money.
Talking about your beliefs and values like that will attract like-minded people to you, and it will automatically distance the wrong type of people from you. A great social life is about surrounding yourself with the right people, not the most people. And building that kind of social life comes down to one word: connection. If you want to learn how to deeply connect with anyone in one conversation, watch this video.